Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a live play by GreyElephant Gaming. What are we playing today?
Today we are playing Queen's Architect.
It's right here behind us, the box. This is Queen's Architect by Queen Games. Come on, it was sent to us by Asmodee Games, though. I'm all confused now. This is a game where basically you're trying to go around, you're trying to build little structures in towns and monasteries and villages.
Yes, all throughout the kingdom.
Yeah.
And then you end the game by building onto the Queen's castle.
Yeah, and it feels like a racing game, but that will make more sense as we get started. And speaking of that, why don't we get started?
Let's go.
Alright, so we got the game all set up here. Carmen and I, these little things are carriages, and we ride around in our carriages. We go, and we go to these little places here, and we try to build in these locations. Now we can do a major construction where we basically need these types of tradesmen on our player board, which I'll explain that here in a second, to be able to build, and we can do gain victory points or prestige points that way, or we can do minor repairs, and that will make more sense as we play. We don't typically do a whole lot of minor repairs, but sometimes it could be necessary. So you travel around, and the way that you do these actions is on this little star. Each of us have a little star, and we have a little man that starts at the top. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total different actions. This allows us to construct, so a major or minor repair, and that depends on where you're at on the board, what you could do. This allows you to get money, depending on how many workers you have around your star, which I'll explain that in a second. This allows you to recruit more workers. This allows you to trade in your bonds, which we both start with 2 of these, and each time you turn one in, you get 2 money. Or you can move up on your little track here, which allows you to exchange more than just 1 bond. So you can go to 2 bonds, 3 bonds, 4 bonds. 5 bonds, 6 bonds, 7, 8, can't go. 5, 6, 7.
Yes, 4 is the maximum.
This allows you to move around. So this tells you how much it costs to move around the board. So if you want to just move 1 space, it's 0. If you want to move 6 spaces, it's 15 coins. This here allows you to rest your workers, which that'll make sense here as we're playing. And like I said, this allows you to construct. Now, when you get workers, what you're going to do is you're going to recruit them by paying the dollar amount that's right here next to each one of the tiles. The top tile is a little different in that, let's say if I recruited this guy, these all slide up and then he gets a little bit cheaper, but if he's there after so many times, he just goes away and then we get a new one that goes up and then the price goes back to being expensive. Now the reason he's up here is because depending on where they're at on this level, depends on how many times they're probably going to be activated. For instance, this character here is only going to be activated 1, possibly 2 times. I don't see him being activated 3. It'd be very difficult to activate him 3. Up here, you're looking 5, 6, 7 times you could probably activate this character. And that'll make more sense as we're playing the game as well. Now, as you're traveling around, depending on what type of construction you do, you're going to gain prestige points. You're going to use those prestige points to either climb this track or to gather bonds. And you can even do a combination of the 2. So for instance, if I did say like 15 points of construction, I could say, okay, well that's 4, that's 7, that makes 11. Well, I can't quite go up to the next level, so what I can do is I can exchange the rest of the prestige points and exchange them into bonds, which are worth 2 money apiece. And remember, we can exchange those at the bottom of our store, or I'm sorry, of our star to actually get that money in return. So what we're going to do is we're probably just going to get started, and it'll make a lot more sense as we start playing the game. How we actually get these guys, how they fit around our star, how this works here to move this around, how the bonds work, and how we move around the board. So Carmen, we're going to put both of these in my hand. You're going to draw one out. Close your eyes. I don't trust you. Close your eyes. Okay.
I can
You can
use
feel
my
the yellow,
instincts.
can't you? Oh my God! Look, I'm going to put mine upside down. We're just going to scoot around upside down.
I have talents.
All right, so Carmen's first player, so let's get this game started.
Okay, my turn does not begin yet, because to start the game, we have these tiles that are by the board, and we're each going to choose 2 of them, and I think I'm going to choose this one to start off with, and then I'm going to add it to the star, and I'm going to put it right here because that is the highest level that I can have him on, because as I use this, it's going to turn in this direction until it gets all the way back around to the anvil, in which case he's going to retire and I'm going to lose the tile. So
He dies.
And he doesn't die, he retires.
He's
or he's fired. Okay, so I'm just going to put him there. Now, at this point, I can choose to gain coins. This is how you start out the game with coins. If I use him a couple of times, like, let's say I decide to use him 3 times, I'm not going to, but let's just say I did, then I would grab 3 coins, and I could start the game out with that. But actually, I'm going to do something different. I'd never done this before. I'm not going to use him at all, because I want to keep him at the highest level possible.
All right. Now, second player, I get to choose 2 of them, and Carmen will be left with the last one. Now, what I like to do is look around the board, and I think, okay, well, what type of characters are the people asking for? And I noticed right down here, they're looking for a Thatcher and a glassblower, or a seamstress and a glassblower, whatever you want to call it. And there just so happens to be a glassblower and a seamstress. So I'm going to grab both of them because that's going to allow me to go straight down to that town and be able to utilize them right away. So just like with Carmen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them onto my board. And you can place them on any, open space. You don't have to place them, like side by side or anything like that. And now I can determine or decide, do I wish to rotate them to be able to get coins? Hey, just like Carmen, I think I'm going to pass and not do that because...
copycat.
Yeah, I am a copycat. Well, man, I can get money by... Here's the thing. By rotating them, basically, you're going to lessen the amount of times you're going to be able to use these characters. So you don't necessarily want to do that because as they rotate around, like Carmen said, once they reach this little arrow and then you use them again, they're out of there. They die or something on the job. I don't know what happens to them, but they are gone from your workforce.
No, my guys are not going to die on the job. This is not Village.
You're not going to get kicked in the head by a donkey.
All right, so I'm going to put this guy right here. He's on the highest level, and I think I'm going to leave him.
You want to leave him as well?
Yeah, why not? Because looking at my board, I think I'm going to be able to. Each turn, you can move 1, 2, or 3 spaces. So, I'm going to be able to move 3 spaces and get money. So I'll just leave him where it is.
So it's your turn. Start the game.
It is my turn. So, let's see. Do I want to travel, maybe?
Well, you can't travel because you can't reach
Look
that
at
on
that.
your star.
See?
So
I can gain money, recruit, which I don't have any money, so I can't do that. Or I can gain money by trading in my bonds. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to move this up.
Okay.
So that next time I trade in my bonds, I can trade in both of them instead of just one. And then, I could continue to move him up on my next go-around, or you can choose to trade in your bonds. You cannot do both.
And I think what I'm going to do is just go here. So what happens at this little spot on the star is that you take the total number of workers that you have surrounding your star and you divide that in half. So I have 2 total workers, divide by, so it'd be 1, so that's going to allow me then to get 1 coin. Now, if I had 3 workers, I would have been rounded that up and I'd have gotten 2 coins. So that would allow me to get 1 coin, so I will add that to my little supply here.
Okay, what I am going to attempt to do is a repair so that I can get some points and some more bonds. So I'm going to do travel. And first off, I'm going to take my little dude on this board and show you that that is the action that I'm going to do. And then I take this guy and I can move him 1 without paying any coins. So I'm just going to go right there.
All right, and for me, I'm going to now move my guy to here, and I'm going to also move. This is basically what you're doing here is you're either going to cash in your bonds, which we both started with 2, or you're going to gain trust. And this means you're going to gain trust. So the higher you go up on this level, it tells you how many of these bonds you could turn in per turn. So let's say if next time I come around here, now I could cash in both of these in one action, and then I'd get 4 money.
All right, well, now I have a choice of resting my workers, which I haven't used them yet, so there's no point in that. Building or repairing or gaining coins. So I'm going to go here to do a repair. And how that works is I don't even have to pay attention to the board. This doesn't really affect a repair at all. What I'm going to look at is my workers, and I'm going to look at the number right here in the middle. So that's 3, 4. Now, if I had a 3rd worker, I could use him as well. But you can only use 3 on a repair. You cannot use more than that.
Workers.
So I have 4 points. I'm going to turn that and turn that because I used them. And now I can move up one spot because that is 4 right there.
Okay, and now I am going to go here, and that is going to allow me to travel, which I'm going to travel down to this town. Hi, guys! The circus is in town.
Okay, I'm not sure which I want to do at this point. Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
You can always just get a dollar.
I could get 1 coin, but I think I'll just go down here, all the way down here, trade in my buns. So that's 2 buns for 4 coins.
There's 4 money.
4 monies for me.
Okay, and just like Carmen, there's no sense in going into... So the way that this works is that I could send people into here and then I rest them. And what that allows me to do, so let's say if he was here on the 4, I could send the glass blower into the tavern. It rests him, and then I'd be able to turn back the clock on his age, I guess. And he's a drunk, happy glass
You're about
blower.
to see that on my phone, so.
But I'm not going to do that because both of them are at their highest level anyways. So I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do an actual building action. Now she did a repair. I'm going to do a build action. So what this is saying is in the location that I'm at, is that they are saying we need a glass blower and a seamstress to be able to construct something here. I don't know what we're constructing with a glass blower and a seamstress. However,
seems like a pretty fragile structure.
However, the people are calling for that, and that's what we're going to give them. So now what I do is I look at the number here. This is what, I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest, but it's like their level of this certain character at this moment. Now, that's a 6, that's a 4, put that together, that makes 10, and now what I do is I rotate the direction of the arrows. So now they're both 4 and 4. 10 prestige points. Now, let's make a note of this. If you notice here, there's a 10 by this town. What that means is that I could only get a maximum of 10. What does that mean? Why would I go over that? Well, there's a chance you could, because let's say if I had a bunch of these other workers all recruited around my star, all of them, even though they're only calling for a seamstress and a glass blower, all of them are going to contribute, which means that I would add up all the numbers all around, all 6 of my workers, come up with the points, and it could be, 25 points or whatever. However, I would only still be able to get a maximum of 10 prestige points from this town. To be able to get more prestige points, I'd have to go to like a monastery. That gives you 15, but the bigger ones are the villages, where they give you 20. Bigger difference. Or these are villages, and those are... I'm not sure. Let me see. It doesn't say down here. Okay. We'll say that these are villages and these are towns. That probably makes more sense. So anyways, that did give me 10. So what I do is I'm going to take my little marker, and I'm going to put it on the...
I'm sorry, but how did you get 10 for that? It looks like you get 8.
Well, because this was on a 6 right there.
Oh, you already moved
Yep,
them.
I sure did, but that's okay. We can go back and explain that again. So now what I do is I take my marker, and I'm going to put it on the highest value. Now, what I mean by that is that's -4, -2, -0. That's the highest is -0. That means I subtract nothing from my prestige. Now, if Carmen was to come in here and build, she's going to subtract 2. So if she was to do 10 points, she would lose 2, so she would only get 8. So now what I do is I say I've got 10 total points. Well, I go here. I cannot proceed anymore. I've got 6 prestige points left over. Well, now what I can do, though, is I can get 6 of these, and
money,
that's a nice little exchange. And that would end my turn.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to see these 3 actions that I could take. I'm going to look at my guys. I think I want to rest him because he's a pretty valuable worker. So I'm going to move this to there, which is where you rest. And I'm going to take his little symbol and put it in the tavern. And I have to pay 1 coin for that. So there's my 1 coin. And he is going to get refreshed.
I'm drunk and fresh. Okie dokie. And I think for me, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move up on this little track again.
Okay, now I can build or repair, grab more coins, or recruit. I'm having a hard time deciding between grabbing coins or recruiting. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go the safe route and grab coins. Now, if you look at this guy... Now, I have 2, which means I would grab 1 coin. I could turn him because he's got this money bag. I could turn him and get 2 more coins. I think that's a pretty good deal. So I'm going to get 3 coins.
Okie dokie, I am going to travel. Let's get in our circus train. Don't these look like the circus? I want to paint like a lion and an elephant and a giraffe's head sticking all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, giraffe's head sticking out. You gotta have that. Okay, now that I've got enough coins to recruit, I mean, I could have recruited, but I wouldn't have had much choice because I only had 3 coins before I did that. So now I've got the top opened up to me. I am going to move my guy to recruiting. I'm going to look at the board and see who would possibly benefit me compared to what I already have. I'm thinking this one right here, maybe the axe guy is going to help me the most. So I'm going to pay 4 coins to get the one that's higher up on the track, because he's going to let me use him a lot more often than this one, which is only going to have
So what she'll
use.
do then is she's going to put him on her player board according to where this hammer is on it. So it's lined up with the 2, so he's going to be placed on her board on the 2.
So I line him up right there with the 2, and then as I use him, of course, it's going to go around this direction. So that's how many? 1, 2, 3 uses.
So you're going to get 3 to 4 uses out.
Because I could rest him.
Now, what happens with this is all of these are now going to slide up, and they're going to fill that. A new one's going to come out, and this guy's going to become a little cheaper. All right, and then for me, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to collect another coin out of the bank.
My turn again. I'm going to show that I'm traveling. I'm going to, pay a coin. Because as we see here, I can travel twice by paying a coin. And where's my guy? Here he is. 1 and 2.
Nice. All right, now I think I'm going to move here, and I'm going to recruit as well. And I'm going to spend 2 coins. And I'm going to get that axe man that she made a little bit more valuable for me. So the sad part is he's going to be on a 0, but that's all right. At least I'll get 2 actions. One will be a 0. But I might be able to do a little bit something special to make him a little bit more valuable.
Well, my plan was to construct. I guess I'll go ahead and go with that plan. So I move this guy up here. And now this is what's interesting, though. According to where I'm at on the board,
You're right here.
I can get up to 10 points, but how you get points is you add these up that are on the arrows, of course. Now, if I were to do a repair instead of constructing, I would end up with the same number of points. 3, 1, and 3, that's 7 points. 2, 2, and 3, 7 points. So constructing or repairing, same difference.
But at least you're placing one of your pieces here, which prohibits me from probably...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and do that.
I would.
It doesn't matter, really, does it? Okay.
No, it's
Actually, it does matter.
I think
it does, because now he's going to get turned. Now, on my next turn, I could get 3 points out of him instead of 0.
Exactly, and you could use him then to repair with
exactly.
instead.
And now my guys are getting
And
tired.
You get 7 points out of that, was it?
7 points.
So, shoink!
Look at that, I'm winning.
All right, and for me, I'm going to move right here, and now I'm allowed to exchange 3 of my bonds. I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to exchange them, so that's going to give me 6 money. So, put those there, and grab 3. 2 3s. 2 3s.
Well,
Wow, wow, wow.
I need money. So let's go here. And I don't know, I'm going to do that again. I get 2 coins just for having those guys. I could turn him again because he's got a lot of room left, and I don't know. I think I'm going to do it. I'll turn him once.
What are you doing for money?
Yeah, so I'm going to get 4 coins.
Ooh. I like seeing you use up your workers for coins like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it because then I keep resting them, and that I think last game I lost because I rested my workers too much, so I'm trying a different strategy.
Different strategy, same end result. I'm going to move there. I'm going to spend 1 coin because I want to move twice. So I'm going to get 2 coins back. And now I'm going to move. Joink, joink. And I'm in the prestigious town.
I have my money, so time to recruit. I was talking before the camera was turned on. That's what we're laughing about. So, actually, this guy that's right up here at the top, is only 4 coins, so that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and you get the best level of him. So that'll slide down, these will all slide up, and a new one will come out. Alright, I'm going to send my little axe chopper guy into the tavern, and we're going to get him a little rested up. So get in there, my friend, have some beer on the house.
I think I need to work on making money. I'm far away from anything that's going to do me much good right now. This one might be beneficial in the future, but at the moment I don't have the clay worker or whatever that is. So I guess I will go... I can't. Wait, 1, 2, 3. I could refresh a guy. Is that going to do me any good?
Try to start moving around. Get someplace better.
I'll refresh a guy. So I put coin in because I want to try to construct something in order to get bonds. I need bonds to get money.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna send this guy to the bar.
This guy.
And he's gonna move into the dormitory.
Sleeping it off.
And
this guy's gonna go get
he's
drunk
gonna
now.
go get drunk, and that's refreshing.
And for me, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to recruit. I'm going to spend all 4 of my coins. And I want this guy right here. He's going to line up on the 3. So I'll place him up there at the top. Now these guys are all going to slide on up. Flip a new one up. And we are going to make this dude a little cheaper.
I need money. I'm gonna go here and get money. I get 2 coins just for having 4 workers. I'm gonna move this guy again. I always use him for money, don't I? And that's because if I move him, he's gonna be on the 3, which is gonna be worth more when I construct anyways. So that's gonna be 4 coins. And then I'm gonna be able to recruit next turn.
Alright, and I'm going to trade in 3 of my bonds for 6 coins again. So 3, 6. Yay me.
This is simple. I already know what I'm doing. I go down here to recruit.
Who are you recruiting?
I'm going to recruit that clay
Okay.
worker right there for 4
Alright,
coins.
so he goes on the 3 for you.
Alright.
And then I'll slide this all up and get it. And then this guy becomes cheaper. And I'll flip up the new one.
So he goes on this 3, I'm assuming. And gotta pay my money.
And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to spend 1 coin. And I'm going to send my seamstress in to get drunk now. Get drunk, seamstress. You know what? I don't think I'm going to do that after all. I don't need to do that. So I was, what, here? I'm going to go 1, 2. I could go 3. Nah, don't think I'm going to do that either. You know what? I think I will just do that. I'll send her in there. Let her get a little drunk. And that will turn her clock back 1 spot.
I am seriously getting behind. I'm going to have to travel, and I have no coins. So I'm just going to have to travel 1 time, and that's really not going to do me any good at this point.
I'm going to go 1, 2. I think I might just... Nah, I'm going to go 3. I'll recruit. So I'm going to spend 4 coins, and I'm going to take the best guy up here because he was only 4 money. So I put him on the 5 spotter there. And they all slide up. Put a new one out. And that's it.
Now I'm going to get money again because I really need to get all the way around to the travel spot again. So 1, 2, 3. And I have 5 workers, which means I get 3 coins. And I think I'm just going to leave my guys where they're at because if I move them, I'll get less points when I construct. So 3 coins. All right.
I'm going to move here, and I will turn in my last 2 bonds, and I will get 4 coins for those.
And I'm just going as quickly as I can around the board. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to travel again. And so I'm going to move right down to there.
Alright, so I think I will go 1, 2, and I'm going to now spend a coin again, and I'm going to send this dude here into the tavern. So, go get drunk, my mason worker. And now he will turn backwards to here.
I think you turned that worker the wrong way.
Oh, I sure did. Yep. So, shoot, he should be that way. Okay, thank you.
Alright. I am going to finally construct. So 1, 2. And I look at the board. Do I have the axeman, the blacksmith, and the mason worker? And I do.
So that's
But then I actually turn all of them. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 points.
So,
I'm going to move this up twice.
yep. And you get 2 bonds.
And get 2 bonds because that was only 12. And this was a maximum of 15. So I was good with that.
Very good.
Alright, and for me, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a major construction. So we're going to put my little marker in here. And I'll take the 0 spot. So 0 will be subtracted from my score. So let's add up all my points. So I've got 5, 8, 15, well, I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, which 19 will move me up 3 spots. Right where Carmen's at. Hi. I won't get any bonds or anything, but I do get a little bit of a special bonus because I constructed in an actual town. So right here in the center, only the towns give you this bonus. This is going to allow me now to recruit for free action. I still have to pay to be able to get the character, but I can now recruit one of the people from the board here. And I'm going to recruit this guy here. So he's on the 4 red. So I'm going to put him there, and I will rotate all my people. It's just probably not necessary for you guys to see all that on camera. Slide these guys up because I did not purchase the top guy. He will become a little bit cheaper.
I'm wanting to recruit, but this is a tough decision because I really have my eye on this guy because my my axe guy is about to retire. The problem is
Or die.
I don't have enough coins for that. So I would have to take an extra step to get coins first, then recruit. And I'm falling behind. I mean, this is a racing game. Tim's right up there with me, and he's got money and workers.
I only got 1 money.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
got 1 more worker than you.
I feel like I'm falling behind. So I'm going to recruit. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to recruit for 3 coins. I think I was doing the 3 coins. Let me make sure. Yes. The seamstress.
Okay, so she'll go on the 1 here.
On the 1, which
That one right
stinks. I didn't want 1, which is why I wanted this guy because he was going to go on the 3, but
Yeah,
you know, I
can't
had to
afford
make a sacrifice.
I'm going to get some cheap coins, so I'm just going to step here. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight down to here, and I'll move up on the 4 spot on this.
Now my plan is to travel up to here where I can get lots of points. But the problem is I can't do that without coins because if I want to move 3 spots, I need 3 coins. So first, I'm going to have to take this step. This is taking way too long. I know I'm going to lose. And turn these in for 4 coins.
I'm going to travel for free to this, this is a village, right? No, monastery. This is a monastery.
Now I can take my travel action, pay my 3 coins, correct? Yes, to move 3 spots. So, choo-choo. 1, 2, and a 3.
Now I'm going to move to here, and let me think about this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Yeah, so I'm going to move here, and I'm going to send my Axeman to go get drunk again. So that'll cost me 1 coin to be able to do that. And I get to turn the clock back on him, because he's like, man, I like working for you.
I'm looking at the board, and in order to move up 2 spots, I need 15 points. If I add all of my points, I get 13.
Turn the clock on somebody.
This is where sending someone to the saloon is going to do me some good.
Yep.
Now I'm looking, and this one is going to get me 2 more points if I turn.
There you go.
So I'm going to send her in. She's going to get drunk.
Go get drunk.
Go get drunk.
sisters.
Okay, so I've got to find her over here. Everything rotates.
Go to sleep.
And now I'm going to be able to send this guy back into the saloon next turn. But he still can't go in, so I'm going to lose him.
So something I got to point out on this board that just has me... I can't quite figure this out. Why is this 1... See, follow the arrows. The arrows say this is 1, this is 3, and this is 2. I don't quite understand. Shouldn't this be 2 and then this is 3? Or maybe this is 3. Shouldn't this be like 1, 2, and then 3? I don't know. This is new math. Maybe I just don't get it. Regardless, I am now going to build, and I have a nice little monastery here. Hello, hi, how are you doing?
That's
We're
where
gonna
I was going
put
next.
our little thingy
I don't
here.
like this.
And now what I do is I add up all my points. So 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, unfortunately, it's a max of 15, so I can't do 16 total points. But 15 points does allow me to move up twice, 1, 2, on the board there, because that is 15 total prestige points. Now what I have to do is I have to age all my people, so we're going to rotate them all around so you guys can get a
They're
look
not
at.
aging, they're just tired.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're getting a little older.
You're making it so morbid.
It's not morbid. It's life. It's reality. It's the Lion King, circle of life.
And it's my turn. I'm just chasing Tim around, so I'm going to construct. As you can see, I need these 4 symbols. I have these 4 symbols. So if I add up all of my points, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And that is going to move me up. 1, 2, hello.
Hi.
And then I'm going to put my little block on the board.
Block on board.
And I get a bonus of 2 coins.
That's right. Good job. So after Carmen basically, whenever her workers started on the arrow and then she built with them, that means they are done. They are off the job
I have
now.
to turn them.
So now, basically, if you can't turn them, they're gone. So she just lost her blacksmith and her woodcutter. Both are off her player board. And she's gonna have to try to recruit a couple of guys back, which kind of stinks. That's a heavy blow. That might actually cost her the game, to be honest. For me, I'm gonna just go straight down. I think, boy, I really need some money. I really do. But I'm just gonna head straight to here, and I'm just not gonna perform any actions.
I am just not having luck with this game. I never win this game. I just can't wrap my mind around it, I guess, because now I have the choice of these 3 actions. I don't have any bonds. Recruiting's not going to do me any good, so I guess I'll just take coins. So that will be
2 coins.
2
Unless you
coins
wanna
for
do-
4 workers. If I moved him, I could get 2 more coins.
There's-
I don't think I want to do that, though. Let's see who else could
yeah.
move.
You're already struggling.
She
for
could
workers.
move. 2 coins for her doesn't seem like such a bad deal. But I'm gonna recruit next turn, and I really need more workers. I could use her 1 more time, so I guess I'll just stick there.
All right, now I'm going to travel. So we're gonna go a traveling man.
I could recruit, but I'm not real happy with the options that I have up here. Everything's too expensive. Maybe if Tim recruits, he's not going to.
No, I'm not.
He's not going to.
I'm fine on people at the moment.
So I don't know whether I should recruit or not. If I go here, I could travel. I'll just do that. I'll just go here and travel, I guess. This really stinks because he's got this to where I can't get 15 points.
Yep.
Because he's already got a block on it. And now, see, the thing is,
What is?
even if I were to construct right now, 3, 4, 5. That's all I would get. With all that, I'd get 5
Get
points.
your 5 bonds
That
because you can't even move up on the
stinks.
prestige track.
that stinks. Okay, I do have 2 of those. All I would need would be the axe worker or the carpenter. Is that what that guy is?
Yeah.
But I can't move 2. I can only move 1.
Well, you could spend a coin to move 2. Well,
I don't know if I want to do that. This stinks. All right, I'll spend a coin and I'll move 2, I guess.
alright, so I am going to construct now I'm going to build in this little place here, this little village. So we'll put one of my little markers there. And so what I do is I go around and I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. I can only have a max of 10, so that's only going to give me 10. So I do get to move up 1 here, and then I get the excess ones, which would be 3. 1, 2, 3 in bonds. Now each one of my people, they get a little older. I'm older. I'm less skilled. Some of them, man, when they rotate, you're like, oh God. You're like, that's not good at all.
Now, it seems like a pretty good idea to go here and send this glass worker in because I could turn him that way. I would get 4 more points if I were to construct. But the deal is that's still only going to get me 9 or 10 points for constructing, and I can't even construct where I'm at yet anyway. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing that, I'm just going to go straight to doing a repair. Because repairing, oh no, I miscalculated. And you see, if I add all of my points that are in the middle, I get 7 points.
But you can only do 3.
But I can only do 3 of them. I was thinking, ooh, I could get 7 points and move up, but no, I can only do 3.
No, you only got 6 points total.
Yeah,
that stinks.
do I want to do that anyway and get money? What am I going to use money for? I'm not going to use the money.
I don't think you even get money for it.
I would get bonds. That's the thing. But I wouldn't be able to use it yet because I would have to recruit before I get to this step. So that's not smart. Where was I? I was here. 1, 2, 3. I could get money. I could go here and go with my refresh idea, but I just don't think that's going to do me any good at this point. This stinks. I guess I'll get money. This board hates me. Every time I have a plan, I can only move 3, and I can't do anything.
So you're taking a couple coins?
I'll take a couple of coins.
I love hearing you get all frustrated over there. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cash in all 3 of these, and that'll give me 6 monies.
That actually, it ended up it ended up being a good decision because now I can go here. I have 5 coins. I need a carpenter, and the carpenter costs 5 coins.
So him?
Yeah, I'm going to take him.
So he's on the 3 right there. And then this guy goes away because nobody ever bought him when he was on his cheapest value.
So he goes on the 3, and it's going to cost me all my coins.
Okay, and I'm just going to take a travel action. I'm going to travel from here, and then we died.
Once again, I'm going to show you how limited I am on this board, and you get to see all kinds of interesting things from me. 1, 2, 3, that's all I can do, because I don't have any bonds. Traveling's not going to do me any good, so I'm going to stop here. Now, this is what's interesting. I have no coins. I cannot send anyone into the tavern, but landing on that spot is going to rotate these so that on my next turn, if I have coins, I could put my carpenter in there.
Okay, and I am going to rest up a little bit. I'm going to send in the architect and the seamstress. That'll bring the mason worker back out and put the carpenter to bed. And that would cost me, for 2 of them, 3 coins.
I don't know why I struggle with this, but my workers now, this one's on 1, this one's on 0, this one's on 1. So constructing is only going to get me 8 points, even though I'm here at a maximum of 15. I have all the workers I need. 8 points is all I'm going to get. But I'm going to have to do it. I really don't have any choice. Okay, so this is going to go here. And 8 points is going to move me up 1 step at least. I'm going to get 1 Mond. And then I'm going to rotate all of my workers, which at least he's going to be worth more next time. And the rest are still hanging on for 1 more round at least.
Okay, and I'm just going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to collect 3 coins because I have 6 total workers. So that would give me 3. Now what I can do is I can decide, do I want to send any of them to do a little bit extra work? I don't want to mess with him. He's on a 4 value. That's a good value. Now now that is tempting. Let's do that. So we're going to rotate him once, and we're going to gain 2 extra coins for doing that rotation with him. Now, let's see. He can't do it. She can't. He could, but that would kill him. Well, Carmen says retire. I say kill. And then he can't do it either. So that'd be enough of that.
The question is, at this point, do I want to recruit? And it looks like I'm going to have no choice because I don't see a whole lot I can do with these 4 workers without recruiting one. Because here I need a seamstress. And then, you know, if I'm going to be traveling really far, I still need a seamstress here. So, yeah, I guess I will have to get coins. And
So
it's going to get me 2 coins.
And then for me, I'm going to recruit. So I'm going to spend 6 money, and I'm going to get this glass blower. He goes on to the 6. I'm going to fire my old glass blower. Get out of here. And we're going to put him in his place. You go over there with all the other dead.
Oh, look at that. The seamstress is 3 coins now.
And you only got 2.
I cannot catch a break in this game, I swear. Okay, so, well, I know I'm not going to recruit. I could trade my bond in for 2 coins. I don't know. I think I'll travel, I guess. We'll see what good that does me. So let's turn this in.
Are you going to travel twice?
I will travel twice because this is going to do me no good because I don't have a seamstress. So I'm going to go
Down to there,
down to there.
And then I'm just going to 1, 2, 3. And I'm not going to put anybody in there. Because I don't want to mess up what I have going right now. Everybody's at their exact spot where I need them. But that will allow me to rotate. So he'll come out and those 2 will go up in there.
Now looking at my workers, if I use these guys, I'm going to lose this one and this one. And I cannot afford to lose 2 because I'm going to need to use them twice. If you look over here, I'll use them here and here, which of course it doesn't matter because you use all of them every time you build or repair. So I'm going to have to send somebody to the tavern. So we'll go here and make a decision. Based on what is available, I think what I'm going to need to do is to send that guy.
That guy.
Send this guy to the tavern.
This guy.
He's going to move like that. That will cost me my last coin.
That's what you needed.
I am broke. Okay.
Again.
So he's going to go in there, and my seamstress is going to move out. And there we go.
All right, so I am going to construct now. Here's the dealio. I have to subtract 2 from my score. So minus 2. Okay, Carmen says she moved the wrong guy. Which one did you move?
What I meant to say was I don't need this guy because I can buy him. I don't know.
You wanted to move that guy.
I wanted to move this guy.
Okay, so you meant to put your mason up there instead of your engineer or your architect. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to have to subtract 2 from my score. So let's see. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19. So 19, subtract 2, that's 17. That's exactly what I needed. 1, 2. So now the game is going to become fairly simple for me. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to travel to the capital right here, and then I need to come up with 15 total prestige points with all my characters. The bad part is I just lost my woodcutter, I lost my blacksmith, and I lost my mason.
Yes.
Each one of these guys have rotated, but that's okay. Carmen's so far behind right now, to be honest with you, I don't see how she's ever going to catch me.
This game.
And I should have gotten 2 coins as a reward as well, so I'll get those.
All right. Now I'm going to construct, and I do have the required workers. I'm going to put this here. It's a maximum of 10 points. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I move up once, and I get two bonds.
All right,
And
so
I lose that
I am
guy.
going. Did somebody die again?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
Retired.
He did. He died. Just say it. He died. I'm going to go. Well, wait a minute. Let me think about this again. Yeah, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to collect 2 coins. So I'll just take a 3, exchange it. So this guy right here, I did use his day labor ability to rotate him once. The reason I did that was twofold. I wanted the extra coin, which I'll explain why I wanted the extra coin. Plus, it puts him on a higher value for his prestige points, so which will help me in the game.
Yay. Alright, I need coins in order to recruit. I have no coins. And I'm going to need a seamstress whether I go here or here.
Or here.
The seamstresses are kind of expensive over there.
3. That's
Yeah,
not that expensive.
But it is for me. I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I'm going to go straight down to here. Trade in 2 because I can only trade in 2. See? Even though I have 3 and I get my 4 money.
And then for me, I'm going to recruit, so I'm going to spend 6 money. And I want this guy right here. I'll put him right there in the corner. And then all these will slide up, but I'll do that off camera.
It's going to take me a while to get back around to recruit now. So what do I want to do? Do I want to travel or do I want to do this? If I do this, I go 1, 2, 3, I got to recruit again. So I guess but I'm going to have to, yeah. I'm going to have to travel before I can build. It's just like, okay. So I will do that. I'll send one guy in. I guess I'll send this guy because he'll actually, he'll increase in value at least. If I
take your coin.
Yeah, I spend a coin and he gets moved to bed and where is he? Glass blower gets drunk.
Alright, so I'm going to do a travel action. I'm going to spend a coin so I can move 2. And I'm going to go chicka 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 chicka. Oh, actually, it's like choop. And now I'm in the capital.
I'm going to need a seamstress, so 1, 2, 3, recruit. I have 3 coins. Only seamstress I can afford is that one.
Yeah, put her on the arrow. That's the 2.
2. That kind of stinks. So here we go.
And this will be game. I'm going to construct now. So basically, I'm in the capital. To be able to finish the game, I need at least 15 prestige points with my workers. I have 5, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have a total of 18, which allows me now to move up into here, I guess, if you wanted to say you could. And that basically would be the game, because what ends up happening now, Carmen could get an extra turn, which I don't really think she even does because she was first player. But if she did, and if she was high enough, she could have possibly matched me.
If I was here.
Yeah, then she could have possibly matched me. But,
and in the capital.
But she's super far back from getting even close to that. So that would end the game. I am the glorious winner, and we're going to get into our concluding thoughts. Well, I was able to hold off and get you. I am undefeated now in Queen's Architect, which is kind of surprising because I really did expect once the camera came on, I thought, okay, here we go. Carmen's magic's going to happen.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought, I've slept on it. I've thought about maybe choosing a different strategy. I was going to try to go for repairs more so this game, and it just didn't work out. I could never get enough points to where I could get bonds. I could just barely move up the track, and then I didn't have any money.
Well, and I know that I've seen some people online claim that the repair strategy breaks the game. I don't agree with that at all. They say, well, all you can do is just never build, just do the repairs. Yeah, but what you're doing then is you're exhausting your workers. The most points you're going to get by doing the repairs is 9, which means that...
That's the most.
At best, you might move up 2 spaces if there's the 4 and the 5 out there. At best.
So then what you're going to do is try to get the bonds. You're going to try to use the bonds to exchange and constantly keep recruiting workers to be able to keep fresh workers on your board.
Typically, you're only going to move up once, so you're gonna exhaust your workers
You're going to
10
exhaust
times,
them
right?
a little faster. Well, 9, 10 times, right. Which you're going to exhaust them faster. So what you would have to do is keep move up one space, use the money to recruit. Basically, like I move up one space, I've got 3 bonds left over. Use that to try to recruit, and you've got to keep a fresh crop
I
and
guess
rotate them.
if you think about keeping only 3 workers at a time, maybe it might work. When you have more than 3, it really stinks doing repairs because you have to exhaust all of them.
Right, and what you ran into is that you needed a seamstress. You needed this. Well, you're not dependent on certain characters
Right, if you
to
do
be able
repairs,
to do the
you're
repairs.
not. Right.
Now, when you construct and you build, you got to have those characters, but not when you do a repair. But at the same time, like I said, you're still not really taking full advantage of, what I feel like when I'm getting 20 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, you may have moved up, but now I just moved up 3, plus I got a couple of bonds.
Yeah.
And all I did was just move each one of my workers one space, which means I still got fresh workers.
Exactly.
In my opinion, I still think building, it's a neat balance. Now, I didn't repair once in this game. Now, in the previous games, I did do repairs, but I typically only repair maybe once, twice, because I think that it's lesser impact. I don't
know. It's a pretty typical pattern that I will move up 1, maybe 2 spots, usually only 1. And then he'll come in with 20 points and boom, 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 and catch up to me.
Yeah, so I think the 20-point, the towns, I think, is where this game is really at. Try to get the right workers on your player board, and then just hit those towns and try to get those 20 points. Then you're also getting that bonus. That's why I like that one tile, which lets you, not only do you get the 20 points, but then you can recruit. And it's like, yes, not only did I get the 20 points, but now I have an extra worker.
You get 20 points, and you get bonds, even if you didn't have extra points. That's a pretty big deal,
It gives you extra prestige points.
Exactly.
Right. So ultimately, what are your thoughts on the game? Even though you can't win at the game, what are your thoughts on the game?
But I enjoy playing it, I'd have to say. I like games where you're constructing. It feels like a Euro-style game, but it's not worker placement because you're moving around the board, so that gives it kind of a different feel.
Yeah, I'm a little back and forth on it. I think it's a good game. I wouldn't say that it's a game that really jumps out, like, oh, this is what I want to play, especially with the 2-player experience. This is the first time we've set it. Well, we may have done it in our previous games, but it doesn't happen very often where we build in the same location. Typically, she'll go off in one direction, I'll go off in another direction, and we never cross paths.
That's one thing that frustrated me about this game because typically, I don't have to worry about bumping into him in a 2-player game, and this time he was in my way. And
I was actually in your way.
What is the deal here?
So I felt like that this game kind of changed my opinion a little bit, this last one we just played on camera, because I felt like there was a little bit more interaction. It did mean something, the fact that you built in that town before I got there, because now I needed to try to get my workers up a little bit higher to try to move up 17 points worth, which was a little bit more difficult. I think that the artwork is really pretty to look at, and that's important in a lot of games, because if this didn't have such beautiful looking artwork, I think it would turn me off a little bit more. And I know that sounds silly, but it's a very colorful looking game, and it's very appealing to look at with the characters, the way that they're illustrated onto your little tiles, your workers and stuff.
I think that I want to play it again just because I can't win. I want to play it until I win. You know what I mean?
And I really like how, as you use these workers, that they become like they're exhausted, so they keep rotating. And what I like, too, is that balance. It's really neat, like what we talked about with the repairs or with the construction.
Right.
There's that heavy decision. Do you want to do the repairs? Do you want to construct? Construction will usually take you a little bit longer to try to build up to, whereas repairs...
And then I'm always trying to decide, do I want to send my workers to the tavern, or do I want to just recruit more? And that's kind of a tough decision also, which I intended in this game to not send them to the tavern. And I just ended up doing it, because sometimes... they're on a 1 or a 2, and it's not going to do you much good to construct with them, so you just end up sending them in there.
Right, and that's what I was going to get at, too, is the fact that depending on what number they're at, where are you at on the plate, on the actual board, where are you trying to go? If you're in a little, village, or, it's just a tiny little thing, it's not, you're only going to get 10 points anyways from this, so maybe it doesn't matter so much. But where are they going to rotate to next? So you're always having to try to plan a little bit further ahead, I'm usually about 2 or 3 turns ahead on where my guys are going to rotate, who I need to put back. You know, do I need to move this one back? Do
That's
I
why
need to move
he
this
wins.
one forward? And each one of them is so unique because each of them it's not like they all have the exact same number pattern
Right.
around them. They're all different, so you really got to pay attention to where they're at. When do you send them into the tavern? Because that is a big deal. Because once they're stuck in there, you have to wait till they rotate around.
That's the advantage of the repair strategy.
Is it
There's
a
a
good
lot less to
idea?
think about.
What's neat is that you got the town, the village, and the monastery. You max out on points on those, so as you're traveling around, okay, let's stop here. Let's just do this because I don't have a lot of prestige points on my characters anyways. I'm only gonna get say maybe 12 points, maxed out at 10. Let's just go ahead and construct. I'll take the 10 points. Now look, they're all on a high number. I'm gonna head to a town, and I'm gonna build something more prestigious in the next place I go to. So you're always planning a little bit ahead. So I love the planning. I think that's awesome. I love how the characters rotate around. I love the artwork. I don't care for the 2-player experience. It doesn't feel very interactive. And just like this game, what we just played, it is very obvious who's going to end up winning the game. We've not really come. I think the first game we played, both of us were.
I whined enough throughout the game that I kind of let the audience know that.
The first game we played, both of us were at the very top, so it was basically just whoever could get the. But even at that moment, it was so obvious because I had so many workers left, and she only had like 2 of who was going to win. So it becomes very obvious who's going to end up winning the game. Closer, about I'd say the last third of it. It's kind of like, yeah, I gotcha.
It's kind of like, why am I making decisions at this point?
Yeah. But at the same time, that's a lot. A lot of racing games do that, though. It's kind of like yeah, it's pretty obvious you're going to win that, so whatever, right?
Right.
But, so yeah, those are my positives and my negatives. Overall, I do like the game. It's a fun experience. It's just not going to be a game that jumps to the top of my list as a 2-player experience. Anything more?
I was just going to say that that's one thing about a racing game. I'm almost turned off from all of them for the most part because when you're playing like a worker placement style game where you've got a track with points, you can kind of play against yourself even if you know you're not going to win. Mm-hmm. You can try to get more points, but in a racing game like this, it's like, oh, I was on the 2 from the top instead of it's not the same
it's
thing.
It's not as fulfilling. You
all.
Can't say, well,
It's
but I
not
still
as
scored
fulfilling.
220 points.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, we need the blue shell of death, like from Mario Kart in this game, where like if somebody starts going ahead too far, that blue shell just bam and knocks him back a couple of notches.
But see,
right?
but if you're the one in front, then you hate the blue shell of death, so it just wouldn't work.
All right. So, anyways, we appreciate you guys watching the video. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we got a ton more that are coming this week. So keep your eyes peeled. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye.